So can we kind of just take a moment and just, I don't know, reflect at everything that has been going on in the NFL right now? I mean, they say that March is typically for NCAA basketball, and yeah, that's true. But what about everything that's going on in off season? I mean, it's off season. This kind of stuff doesn't happen. I mean, March Madness is definitely for NCAA. Yeah, don't get me wrong, but when my bracket is definitely in a percentile range, no one wants to talk about that. But what we're gonna take a moment and talk about today, we're gonna talk about something like, I don't know, Jimmy Graham going to the Seahawks. How about that? So that was kind of a surprise for everyone with Jimmy Graham going to the Seahawks. And it's not like that the Seahawks don't need him or anything. I mean, they already have an amazing powerhouse offense. I mean, they've gotten to the Super Bowl 2 times in a row. It's looking like it could be 3 times in a row now that they got Jimmy Graham. I don't know about you guys. Kind of a little bit over the Seahawks Super Bowl. Kind of sick of it. We're going to go not talk about that anymore because it still kind of pisses me off. But what we're going to talk about instead, we'll take a look at what's going on over in Philly. We're going to take it back to the East Coast a little bit. We're going to be talking about Philadelphia. Now, it's kind of obvious what Chip Kelly's trying to do. Clearly, he's trying to get Marcus Mariota. We'll see how that works for him. But when he's trading guys like LaShawn McCoy, Nick Foles for Sam Bradford, I mean, it's shocking. Like, yeah, LaShawn McCoy, he did have a rough season last year. I don't know how many of you had him on your fantasy football team. From what I've heard, dude tanked. And now he's over at the Bills. Who knows? Maybe the Bills need him. Maybe he's exactly what the Bills need. Bills could be good next year now that they have LaShawn McCoy. Who knows? Could be the same. It's going to be interesting, that for sure. But, yeah, now that we're on the subject of, like, Marcus Mariota, Chip Kelly, all that kind of stuff, word on the street is that the Jets kind of want Jameis Winston. Now, from what I have heard, and from what we have seen in the past, anyone that goes to the Jets is kind of a career-ending team. Now, I don't know if I want to go that far, but, I mean, take a look at Geno Smith there. I mean, what has the dude done? I mean, when was the last time the Jets have gotten to the playoffs? So, if the Jets actually do draft Jameis Winston, I kind of feel bad for the guy because we're going to see what happens with that. And there might not be much action there, but again, could be exactly what the Jets need. Now that we've got all that out of the way, we're going to be talking about the implosion that's going on over at the 49ers. I mean, what the hell is going on over there? Here we got Jim Harbaugh leaving. People kind of saw that one from a mile away. Dude is done. It's over it. And then we got a couple linebackers leaving. Yeah, they retire. They get old. Understandable. But what about that Reggie Bush and Frank Gore trade? I mean, I am still laughing at that. When I heard about that, I the first thing that came to mind, all right, well, have fun with that one. Mediocre quarterback, mediocre running back. So 2 wrongs don't necessarily make a right there. So that will definitely be fun to watch those games and see how Colin Kaepernick and Reggie Bush work together. Like, I don't know how many of you had Reggie Bush on your fantasy team. I've had him on my fantasy team before. Most inconsistent player ever. I mean, dude will drop 0 points on a weekly basis, and then 2 games in a row, he'll just pop like 20 points or whatever. I don't even know. So I know one thing. Now that he's got Colin Kaepernick on his side, I am not drafting Reggie Bush next year. So that's for sure. So we don't want to talk about Reggie Bush anymore. That trade is hilarious. I don't even know. I'm still kind of in shock at that. Other thing that I wanted to talk about, word on the street saying that Eli Manning might be going free agent by 2016. That's right, boys. Get him while he's hot. Eli Manning, free agent. But, I mean, seriously, what is he trying to do with that? Because the best that Eli Manning can do is probably the Giants. I mean, he might go to the Jaguars or a team like that. I don't know. But Eli Manning, it's like, well, what are you trying to do? Why are you leaving the Giants? So you got 2 Super Bowl rings. I mean, what more could you want with that? I mean, yeah, you could have other Super Bowl rings, but when you're Eli Manning tossing interceptions, I don't know how well that's going to work for you. Although one guy might be happy with that is Odell Beckham Jr. Because Odell Beckham Jr., we all know that guy, had one of the greatest catches of all time. And he can't even live up to his full potential because he got Eli Manning throwing him the passes, and they're going to get intercepted before Odell Beckham Jr. has a chance to get the ball. Like, I mean, it's insane. And that amazing catch that he had, credibility was lost because they lost that game. But people still remember it, so that's all that matters. But now that we talked about Eli Manning, we're going to talk about the better Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning. He's the better Manning of the two. He is my love. And, like, honestly, being a huge Peyton Manning fan, I am completely shocked that he signed on for another year. Did you see how checked out he was after the Colts game? I mean, yeah, he was playing with a torn quad. Dude is a freaking beast for at least even attempting to play one of the toughest sports of all time. And he's playing with a torn quad. So, it would have been nice if he was healthy in the playoffs, but I mean, he's getting old. That happens. Understandable. But, I don't know. He also took a $4 million pay cut. Scott Gary Kubiak is mainly running offense, Peyton passing offense. It's going to be interesting to see how they collaborate with that. But from what I hear, Peyton Manning, if he gets them to the playoffs, he gets that other $2 million back, gets them to the Super Bowl, gets that other $2 million back. So there's definitely motivation there. Definitely motivation for sure. So I'm not counting on a Super Bowl, but what I am counting on is the yardage record that he's going to break. I think that's definitely a possibility. Speaking of yardage record, I don't think Peyton Manning's going to be a Brett Favre and keep coming back all the time after retirement. But I think he is going to have a very successful post-NFL career season, whether it's commentating, whether it's owning a team, whether it's even coaching over at Tennessee. Who knows? But yeah, also, my friends and I have been talking, Roger Goodell needs to be replaced by Peyton Manning. Like, can you imagine the NFL with Peyton Manning as the commissioner? Oh, that is a dream, but clearly that's probably not going to happen. A bunch of things that you got to go in the works before that. But I'm telling you, if people had a vote for Peyton Manning to be commissioner, I'm sure he would win by a long shot. But anyway, yeah. Looks like that's all I've got for you guys. Just got to get all that off my chest. I just had so much to talk about there. And, anyway, hopefully I'll be posting more vlogs soon. My name is Lexi Winkler. Hopefully to be known as National Football Lady. Watch for my other vlogs as the season goes on. It's great talking to you with you. Adios.